I am. As to whether or not you believe who I am or not is up to you. I'm from kingdom level above human. What does that yield? That yields immediately that the vast majority say, cult, some religious radical, some blasphemous individual that wants to take advantage of people, has some big bank account somewhere that they're taking whatever possessions that followers can get. I wish you'd show me where that bank account so that we could use it to get this information out. Everyone's quick to condemn. I mean, they don't even see anymore. They just see a tiny little aspect of someone else, and they quickly determine that they're so brilliant that they can judge it as being not what they're looking for, worthless, some radical movement, some movement that certainly is beneath them. I'll tell you about a kingdom level beyond here, and if you want to go there, then you have to follow me, because I'm the guy who's got the key at the moment. And it requires that you, if you move into that evolutionary kingdom, that you leave behind everything of human ways, human behavior, human ignorance, human misinformation. Now, breaking away from the world is not easy. It's difficult. It's tough. And breaking away doesn't mean that, I'm going to go live in some place with this little cult, and I'll, spend time on weekends or at least on holidays with the family that I left because they're my family. No. It means that you leave that world behind. You even become another individual. It means that even the mind that you had as a human is aborted, and the soul that was given to you is filled with next level information, next level mind, and a new creature is born. Most renditions of human artists of extraterrestrials are the most grotesque things that you can possibly imagine. Look like some praying mantis or some insect that has some crazy shape or form, and that's ridiculous. They are perfectly beautiful suits of clothes. They are perfectly beautiful bodies, neither male nor female. They don't need to have hair that needs to be cut. They don't need to have curlers. They don't need to use makeup. It's a body that exists, except when it has to go to a place like planet Earth. It's a body that exists, for the most part, in a non-destructive environment. So it's potentially an eternal body, a everlasting body. This is your chance. I'm here. I can take you out of here. I can lead you into that kingdom level above human. That can't happen unless you leave the human world that you're in and come and follow me. Time is short. Last chance.
这里面还有整石，也有整石。哎呦，这里面也有整石。哎呀，看不见。哎呦，这你家什么人呢？
父亲。
哎呦，
我的父亲。
哎呦，
你的这个经过了一个1万米盐水，我的中
完全
12个，
完了，
不晓得。
完了，呼吸不上来了，已经没有生
啊，
命特征，
不说了，叫了。
没有生命特征了没？这个又完了，这个完了，这个又完了呀，这个又完了一个呀。又完那个，他儿子啊，又快死了一个，他儿子已经喘不过气来了，他儿子已经喘不过气来了。那个刚才3个，现在几分钟？5分钟了，现在已经8个了，又来了一个，来2个。你们还有里面还有尸体吗？还有啊，这么多。哎呦，这家这也太多了呀，这样。
Okay, so it does look like they're in the middle of a hospital. Maybe those were dead bodies. Who knows? It didn't look good, whatever it was. Sad. But America, this could literally be what is coming here. Let's check out Global Times real quick. See if there's any updates here. This is an Asian, I think an Asian site. I'm not sure. It looks like. Daily necessity supplies remains steady in major Chinese cities amid epidemic. So cities around, obviously China is a very large country. I don't know what the population of China is. I'm sure it's probably in the close to 1 billion, I would think. Do you guys know? Anybody offhand? I know India is another big one. Did you see the hospital, how far along they've gotten on that hospital? They did this in like 5 days. This is going to house 6,000, they say 1,500, 1,600 patients, I think it was. This thing was built in just very quickly. And I got a time lapse. I think I had that time lapse. Pretty interesting little video there. Within a minute, you could see the whole thing just go up. It's just really crazy. Global Times is saying 5 hours ago that there will be significant increase in confirmed coronavirus infection cases tomorrow and the day after tomorrow in the city. Hungang Mayor. This is what the Hungang Mayor says. Some 600 to 700K people returned from Wuhan to Hungang before the Wuhan lockdown. So that's almost 1 million people. That's a lot of people coming back. So they anticipate a whole bunch of new cases. Let's see, 6 hours ago, they're saying a city in neighboring Wuhan, which records the second largest number of coronavirus infections, punished 337 officials for slacking off from their duty in combating the coronavirus. They're punishing 337 officials, huh? 6 of them were dismissed from their position. The other 300 of them were executed. No, I'm just kidding. You don't know, though. They're probably put in some kind of concentration camp. Or I'm telling you, China cracks down very hard on things like this. And if you disobey the government or you bring shame or they want to blame you for something, you're probably going to go to some gulag or something. They've got some terrible prisons there, by the way. You don't want to get on the bad side of the government there in China. You'll find yourself in a prison, hard labor, or worse. You saw what they were doing to people's houses. I mean, people that had the virus, they were basically just boarding them up, and they're saying that these people are not cooperating. They're going to board them up inside their house, put iron bars on their doors and their windows, and people are just, there's no way they can get out. They're locked into their house. We showed you the video of that. I think they did it to 2 different places we had video of. So they're making Hubei province now on Saturday, just yesterday, announced the extension of the Spring Festival holiday until February 13th. Are you kidding? That's like 2 weeks away. So they've extended the holiday till February 13th as part of efforts at curbing the spread of the virus. Wow. They're saying that this is an oral liquid is a treatment is not preventative medicine. Okay. Healthy people are not encouraged to consume it. Shanghai government. I wonder what that is. They've got all kinds of weird aphrodisiacs and weird things that the Chinese will tell you do different things for you. Have you seen some of the things they tell you to eat and drink? And oh my gosh, it's just crazy. I mean, they'll crush up different things from animals, bones. It's just bizarre. Bat wings, crushed bat wings. It almost reminds me of, like what witches do when they make their little their special little potions. They have like bat wings and frog toes, and they crush it all up, and then they make it into some kind of potion so they can cast spells. It kind of reminds me, and a lot of the Chinese are very superstitious, so they think that what they're doing is actually healthy. They think there's science behind it too. So I don't know. Who knows what this is? Who knows what that is? Listen to this. 2 Chinese filmmaking industry associations have asked all member companies on Friday to suspend filmmaking or filming movies and TV series during the coronavirus outbreak. So no new TV series in China, no new movies. Everything is suspended. All movie companies in China are shut down. That means you're not going to see anything new on TV. All reruns. Let's see what else we got here. Let's get rid of that link. Oh, this is an AP article. U.S. bars foreigners from coming from China for now over virus fears. I guess we just heard that one. The United States on Friday declared a public health emergency and took drastic steps to significantly restrict entry into the country because of a new virus that hit China and has spread to other nations. President Donald Trump has signed an order that will temporarily bar foreign nationals other than immediate family of U.S. citizens and permanent residents who have traveled in China within the last 14 days. The new restrictions, which take effect at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, were announced by Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar, who is coordinating the U.S. response. Did we not tell you that on Friday? I think we told you Friday or Thursday that it was going to be 24 to 48 hours, and I said possibly 72 hours, we would lock everything down. It was going to take that long. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, here we are Sunday, almost 72 hours, right? They said Sunday, so I was right on that too. 24 to 48 hours, bam, here it is. Total lockdown. Oh, we've gotten everything right. Everything that we said has happened. And by the way, I hope and I pray that it doesn't continue to be that way. Okay, I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong. I don't have any interest in being right on this. I don't know if you guys saw this graph, but this graph I keep referring to because we were looking at this, and we were looking at this on the 25th. This graph was put out on the 22nd of January. And on the 25th of January, it was holding true to its number. Now we're at the 1st of February, and we're going to see the new numbers come in. I think the new numbers are a little lower right now than what this says, but those are official numbers, right? We don't even trust those official numbers. We think they're much, much higher. We think they're very much higher. Those official numbers are not real. And that's because we know the Chinese have not been giving out enough test kits. They don't have enough test kits. They don't give out enough test kits. Maybe they're trying to skew the numbers for a reason. Maybe there's some ulterior reason for why they're doing this. I don't know. There's a lot of weird, suspicious things that have happened as this outbreak has unfolded that the Chinese have dealt, and the way they've dealt with this. And I know they have resources. They could have dealt with this in a different way, but they chose not to, or they just didn't understand. Who knows what the real reason was. But up to this very moment in time, they have not had enough test kits. And we got that right from the horse's mouth from a Japanese kid that was going from hospital to hospital. But we told you that even before that. We told you that 3 or 4 days before we saw this Japanese guy going in there interviewing people. And he was saying 200 to 300 test kits per hospital, but there were thousands of people that were being turned away. And they won't even test anybody that doesn't have any major, symptom that's life-threatening. When you're coughing with a fever, they might give you the test kit if you're coughing and have a fever. But if you're just feeling like you've got chills or something like that, or cough, they're not going to give it to you. They're saving a lot of those test kits for the doctors to make sure that the doctors, if they get sick, they're going to test the doctors first. So a lot of these kits aren't even being given to the majority of people seeking them. The majority, I'm telling you, the majority of people. So here are the numbers for the projected numbers. And even if they're anywhere close to this, it's very frightening, especially if it's true that this is an R0 number of 4. They are now locking everything down in China for the reasons and trying to lower that R0 number from 4 to, maybe 1 or 2 or none or 0. They have to stop that number because that number is increasing and it's going to spread everywhere like we've never seen before, because that's a very high number that, 4 people catch this from one person. And I think it's even higher than that. I think the R0 number is higher than that, especially if you're on a plane. One person can infect the whole plane. A lot of this travel that took place was bad. It happened. It was like a perfect storm, almost as if they choreographed this to be on right at the moment when all these millions of people were, going to be traveling. It was almost like they did it on purpose. I don't know. It just seems too bizarre, the timing of this. China's lost in their negotiations with the United States big time, bigly. But who knows? Maybe this will be their way to try to, get back or get whatever. Who knows? I don't know. There's very strange thoughts about how this thing originated, if this came out of a biolab or if this is truly from the bats that they were eating. But the numbers here, look at this. We're at the 1st of February. I'll bet you we see numbers today. I'm going to say, I think the last set of numbers we saw was, 12,000 that were infected. 260 people dead. All right, when they update the numbers today, I'm going to say we might see it up to 1,600. Official, these are official numbers supposedly. We might see 16,000 confirmed cases and maybe 300 and right around 300 dead. The official numbers. Maybe a little more. But if it's more and it's getting closer to this official toll, then it's going to be really bad because, like I said, they haven't told us the real figures. They're much worse. So you can say if it's much worse, then you can times that by how much worse it is than they're telling us. And you can look at the progression of these numbers, exponential factor here. And this was all done according to some algorithms and some math and whatever else they did. And it proved pretty true up until now because the numbers are a little bit different now. But we'll see where it goes in the next 24 hours. We'll see how true to form it holds. Okay, let's move on. What do we got here? This is a Canada Post, CBC News, Canada. It says passenger with nose running like Niagara Falls. That must look terrible. Snot coming out of your nose like Niagara Falls. That's bad. It says that's the pale horse right there. I'm telling you, the pale horse is it's the color of the snot. That's what it is. For anybody that doesn't know that, go look it up. The pale horse is phlegm. It is a phlegm. And I think this could very well be the pale horse. Well, if it is, I'll tell you, you just happen to be living at a moment in history like no other time.
All medical staff members evacuate Ward 11 immediately. All medical staff members evacuate Ward 11
What's going on? What are you doing to him?
All right, give it a go. Come on.
Let me!
Hands off me!
is this? What? What are they doing to these roads?
Pain threshold, test 1, dBx7.
Test 1, dBx7.
Now that's a strong pain reaction.
What are you about, huh?
Those things are coming for us.
You think I haven't noticed that mess under your shirt? We stay here and hold up for good.
I agree.
When he gets to decide everything, we have no water. No power.
Yeah, but you saw what's out there.
Yeah, and I would rather make a run for it than stay in a 20-story target. Between those things and the radiation, we are dead up here.
Get off me! What the hell do you think you're doing? Let them know that we're here. We'll let everything know.
We're saying to wait for help.
Well, help is here. Does that look like a rescue chopper to you? Don't you get it? We're at war.
Resources. The end result will be world monopoly, based not on human life, but financial and corporate power. And as the inequality grows, naturally more and more people are becoming desperate. So the establishment was forced to come up with a new way to deal with anyone who challenges the system. So they gave birth to the terrorist. The term terrorist is an empty distinction, designed for any person or group who chooses to challenge the establishment. This isn't to be confused with the fictional Al-Qaeda, which was actually the name of a computer database of the US-supported Mujahideen in the 1980s. In 2007, the Department of Defense received $161.8 billion for the so-called global war on terrorism. Social systems have broken apart and work together